the stories are told. Warrior hearts beating brave and bold. Small town pride in the air we breathe. The spirit of the game will never leave. Forever and always go Warriors, we shout. With fans in the stands, there's never a doubt. Game day Saturdays where memories ignite. Under the lights we fight the good fight.
Welcome to this episode of the Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast. Here we are, folks, rolling through season 4. The 2025 football season, Troy. We're past the halfway point. We have 4 more games to go. We just left Morningside last Saturday, and what a program.
Yeah, they're the number 1 program in the GPAC.
Yes.
And they had a good day. It was their homecoming out there in Sioux City at their stadium. I read on their website that their stadium, I think it holds a
lot.
Thousands of people.
Yes.
There weren't thousands of people there.
No.
For homecoming. I don't know if they were
halftime.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had the little kids, didn't they? Didn't they have all the
At halftime?
Yeah.
I was in the locker room.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, people did leave. I thought it was I've never been to Morningside before.
No, beautiful campus. I'll tell you what, Elwood Olson Stadium is, wow. I mean, that place was great. Beautiful turf, an older stadium, great facilities, a locker room. We'll hear from our guest here in a little bit about that, but the locker room was huge, which normally you're putting a janitor's closet. You're trying to fit 70 guys into a space for 3. Mm-hmm. So there was plenty of room. People didn't have to be one on top of each other. But it was great facilities, good for Morningside. They got it going on over there with their program and with their facilities. So, I mean, you can't say enough good things about them, but
yeah, they had their, looks like they had their locker rooms on the end of the football field there, and so looked like there was a good sized building for that down there. That's good.
Yeah,
I will say this: I've never seen. That's not. I don't think I've ever seen a college team not show up for the national anthem.
I guess I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Because we were just coming out to the field when they played the anthem, and obviously our guys all stopped and, made sure that they paid the proper respect to the anthem and flag. And, I guess I didn't notice that. And who knows, Coach Ryan is a class act.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's intentional, and I guess at the end of the day, does it matter a lot? I mean, maybe it does to some, but it's like I didn't notice. I honestly did not notice.
Yeah, well, I noticed, and I thought everything else was really good, and I just don't know. I didn't. I mean, maybe that was a one-off. I thought it was kind of strange that they didn't, and it's homecoming. We've got our homecoming this week.
Yes, we do.
So tomorrow is homecoming, and it's actually going on right now with different activities. It's been going on all week, so it's I know that the guy that writes the scripts for the game day, that's all part of it. So it's I don't know. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. I just thought it was weird. Actually, for a while, for years, actually, our high school football team didn't show up for the national anthem. They stayed in the locker room, which was corrected at a certain point, in my opinion. I think if you're a player, it's your game, so be out there. And the fact that I guess it sounds like I'm making a big deal out of it. It's not. It's just like, look, if you get you get to play football in a country where it's clearly weekend entertainment, and that's a luxury of an amazing country. So that's my only criticism, and it's a very small one, but it was otherwise, obviously a very good program. They got a lot of cool stuff going on over there. They've got a nice campus, and let's put that one behind us.
Let's do that. And I'll tell you what, so remember how irritated we were with the dude with his air horns? last year here at Waldorf when the Morningside came. They've got that box on top of their locker room that has a horn that's 10 times louder.
Oh yeah.
And of course that goes off for every time they score, and that was irritating just because it was so loud. I mean, I suppose it gets
and
everybody
so
going,
often,
and that's fine. But again, that's in the past. We've got 4 more games. 3 are at home. We have homecoming. That's on Saturday tomorrow, and then we travel out at the end of this month to Dakota Wesleyan out in Mitchell, home of the Corn Pals, and then we have our last 2. We have another bye week, and then we have our last 2 games here at home, and Dort's coming to town, so there we go.
So before we go too far away from the Morningside game, I have to tell you regarding that train horn thing. Then they brought one. They have them in their pickups or whatever that were up in the tailgate area, and then like you said,
dude's got one on his.
They had it on the stadium.
Yeah, they had it on the stadium, but dude's got the one that you can hook up to your cordless drill.
Yeah, right. So earlier this week, I got a.
You bought one.
Actually, it was last week.
You bought one.
No, I did not, because I got an email from Chad Gassman. This has to go in the script for Saturday, for tomorrow, because it's GPAC wide, and it's a notice to all GPAC ADs. They want the following read by the PA during football game days.
Let's hear it.
And
you heard it here first.
It has it is specifically the use of battery powered horns is on the rise and has to be dealt with accordingly. So from the GPAC commissioner Corey Westra, the announcement is, attention fans. Maybe I should do it correctly. Attention fans, to ensure a great experience for everyone and in accordance with NAIA and GPAC rules, noisemakers that are battery-operated, electronic, or mechanically operated devices such as air horns are not allowed in the stadium. We appreciate your cooperation and support in keeping the focus on the game and cheering responsibly. Thank you.
Now, I will say that they brought it into Bullstor Field last year, but the people that had one at Morningside, they were out in the tailgate. They were not in the stadium.
Yeah, that's the deal. Yeah, and even at like you're correct.
But if that's their tradition, I mean, if for the last 20 some years that Coach Ryan's there, that every time they score, if that goes off, I mean, is it fair to say you guys can't do that anymore? Maybe that's a huge thing for Morningside. I mean, the Mustangs, they're the program, man.
Yeah, maybe that's how they keep winning. It's the mechanical noisemakers that they're able to do that stuff with. I don't know. It does not apply to cowbells, because we all need more cowbell. But,
how about the vuvuzelas?
And it doesn't. No,
those?
Any human generated noisemakers. So if you have a kazoo or something that you're the reason that it's making the noise.
Okay,
you can do that.
Okay,
but
noted.
Not the other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I guess we do have a guest here today, since we're talking about Morningside so much. We had a dude that was over there. We want to welcome into the bunker number 32, freshman linebacker Grant Wooge, or better known in some locales as the Wooge.
The Wooge.
Yep. The Wooge. How'd you like that, Grant?
The Wooge?
The Wooge.
I didn't even hear about that until Troy told me.
Yeah.
Later. I wasn't paying attention, I guess.
That's what they called you. What game was that?
I think it was Northwestern.
Yeah.
It was Northwestern.
Oh, it was right away, the first of the year.
Yep.
Grant
Christian
Wooge.
Girat and
Grant
Wooge.
Girat, yeah.
And Jorge Rivera.
Yeah, well, that is.
Come on. I mean, that's a quality program too, and they need to. Their PA guys need to get that right.
Right.
I mean, it is what it is. So, Grant, first year with the Warriors, getting some time out in the field and things like that. How's it been? You're 6 games into the season now, and your impression is valuable, obviously. So, what are you thinking of good old Warrior football?
I'm liking it. It's a lot different than high school. The players, teammates are great, coaches are great. And to be honest, I'm disappointed in what we've done so far this year. Sure. I feel like we got a lot of talent. So the scoreboard doesn't show it, the win-loss doesn't show it. So I feel like we've got a lot to improve on. And yeah, but everybody's welcome, like me and everybody else, arms wide open, and the coaches care. They care so much about us. So that's been a huge factor so far that I've seen. So yeah,
Well, that's
it's been
good.
awesome.
Yeah, I don't think that you've played. They got you start. They got you in 3 games played, but I feel like you've played in more games than that.
I played every game.
Every game.
Yep.
So once again, we point out our errors on our website here, because they've also only got you down for a total of 4 tackles, which is I can't believe that's true at all. I mean, you seem to get in there quite a bit.
Yeah. Whatever the stats say, they say. I know I'm doing my job, so I'm not really too worried about that. But I guess, I played every game, and I feel like I've had 4 tackles in a single game before. So
Yeah,
I guess it is what it is.
I think so too. I feel like I've called your name more than that. But you had so you're a freshman listed. Academically you're a freshman, you're a true freshman, but you're class of 24.
Yep, with Jack.
Yeah. So in that year, was that a gap year for you? What did you do?
So originally, I never really planned on going to college, like at all. It was not in my plan at all. I was planning on going to flight school down in Texas. That's what I always wanted to do.
That's what I was wondering.
Yep, I was gonna fly planes, and then so I was just working after or before I graduated. I guess I worked my whole life.
Yeah.
But
yeah, obviously.
yeah. But I was working for Bransted's at the time, all the way up till Christmas, and then I was watching football. I'm a big Vikings fan, so I was watching them. They did great. Obviously, not until the postseason.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, it's hard. Vikings, you gotta just gotta accept that it's gonna happen.
That's kind of how it goes.
Yeah. We do great in the regular season, and then But I just was missing a lot, and I think it was like December 28th or 29th, like right after Christmas. I sent a text to Coach Clary because he's my high school coach. I was like, "Hey, Coach, out of the blue, but I've been missing football. I don't know if you have time to sit down and talk." I just shoot him a quick text, and he texted me back right away. And we sat down and talked. I think it was January 2nd. I just told him I've been missing football, and I was praying about it, and God led me to reach out to Clary. And he pretty much said he was great, and he asked, he was like, "Well, would you want to come play for me?" And I was like, "Yeah, that'd be awesome." And here I am. So
yes.
yeah.
That was a good. This is second week in a row where we've had a call to the Warrior program, which is fantastic. We had Jaden Moore on last week, and he feels real strongly about his call from Georgia to Forest City or Tennessee, variety of places, and Franklin, Tennessee, in fact. But so. That's interesting to me. So I knew that you were thinking about, that you wanted, to be a pilot, and you were going to go to a program for that. How did you feel? Were you guys outside when then Morningside is like, here's our aviation program flyover of one plane?
I was expecting a B-52 or an SR-71
It was a little
Blackbird. And here's a
Cessna.
1968 Cessna 172.
It's paid for.
Yeah,
It's
and
paid
you know what?
for.
Good for them for having the program. But then it's came over. It's
Yeah.
I mean, good on them.
No, it's cool.
It is cool.
They have an aviation program. I think that was cool. I just wondered, did you notice that?
No, I had no idea until they announced it, and I looked up seen a plane. I was like, "Yeah, that's a Cessna 172," and I was like, "Wow, this is pretty cool." So I thought it was neat. I didn't know that until right then and there. So that was pretty neat.
I mean, we don't want you to leave and go to Morningside or anything, but maybe Waldorf needs to. Hey, here's another idea. How about an aviation program? We got a jet airport out there. Let's do jet school.
Yeah,
that'd be something there, huh?
Yeah, there we go.
Get some military surplus planes. Bring in a A-10 Warthog.
Yeah, they're fantastic. They're really slow jets.
That's my favorite military plane.
They're awesome to hear. Have you ever heard one?
Well, yeah.
They're amazing.
Never heard one though.
Oh, they're really slow jets, if there is such a thing. They're a slower jet, but they're tank killers, and so they have they're just loaded to bear with weapons.
Yeah.
And they have this amazing, like, I think it's a 30 millimeter cannon that is on the very nose of the plane. And when you hear it, it's like,
Got it.
It's
Yeah.
like a Gatlin. It's a Gatlin, isn't it?
amazing.
Yeah. Is that not the only aircraft where, like, most aircraft are designed to fly and then they put armaments on them? The Warthog was designed to shoot, and then they designed a plane around.
Yeah, around the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the gun on that. But my favorite is the Harrier, which is actually a British plane. I love that because a jet can, I love that just like you can, start and go vertical straight up and then take off. They abandoned it. The Marines used it for quite a while. Have you ever seen a Harrier?
Blackhawks.
No.
Never
They
seen
can
it?
like straight up like jets. Like, shoot
Yeah.
down
They
and then
turn their wings, their
thrusters.
their thrusters turn so they can they can go vertical.
Got it.
And then they turn their thrusters and they can go, just like that.
Yeah.
It is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And if you want to see an example of a Harrier, you need to watch that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie,
Lies.
True Lies with Jamie Lee Curtis. Smoke show. Yeah.
Oh my. Grant, have you seen that movie?
I have not. No.
You'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
Not around your younger siblings.
Oh, it's fine. It's like PG-13 movie.
It is. It's a great
It's a
movie.
PG-13
I
movie.
know, and it's Arnold, and it's it's great. And
Arnold.
yes,
Arnold
Tom
Schwarzenegger
Arnold.
and Tom Arnold, who's from Iowa. Did you know that?
Nope. Did not. Not at all.
I mean, what are they doing over at the Woogie house? Are you guys not watching movies or something?
No, we watched quite a few movies actually as a family, but no, never seen that
All
one.
right. Okay. Yeah. So you took that year and you went. You were working, and then that's awesome. You called Clary, and he's like, "Yeah," because I remember, on football Friday nights in Forest City. I mean, you got after it. You were a maniac on the field, but you were a little smaller as a senior in high school.
Yeah.
How did that change?
Yeah, I think I was maybe pushing 182, 185 senior high school.
Yeah.
And yeah, like that there I never really like football. Like I've always loved it, but I wasn't really passionate about it until probably the end of junior year and senior year. And then senior year I just showed out, balled out. Like I said, 182, 185. And then this past spring, like when I first like talked to Clary, it'd be January 2nd. I weighed 172 or 173. So I even slimmed down because I wasn't playing football, so I didn't really care about my weight. I was just working, so just eating normal. So yeah, I was really, really small, 172 to like 175. And then the spring, like the program was great. Like we lifted 4 times a week, sometimes 5 times a week, and protein every single lift and after practice stuff. So that helped a lot. And then I live on a cattle farm, so a lot of Woogie beef. That helped. That was a big
There you
thing.
go.
And then I tried to drink close to a gallon of chocolate milk every day. And I drank. I used to drink. I don't do it anymore, but I drank 6 to 8 eggs every morning. Cracked it in the bowl, drank it, and just a lot of food.
Yeah.
Maybe I was sick all the time. Like I didn't like food. I love food, but when I was eating so much, it was like I was going to throw up. So just a lot of food. Now I'm weighing at like 225 right now. So yeah.
They had you listed at the beginning of the season at I think 242 is where they brought you in.
Yeah, I think that's definitely off. I think I was at the beginning of the season I was pushing 230, but I think they definitely mixed me. I wasn't 242.
No, never.
One
that
day,
big.
I'll get there.
You'll get there.
I'll get there. Yeah.
That's a lot of eggs. Do you need eggs? Because I've got a lot of eggs. You got your own eggs there at the Woogie farm.
Yeah, we got some. So actually, my mom always blames it on my dog Bucko that's been killing the chickens. I blame it on the fox and the other dog, but apparently my dog's been killing the chickens. So we're actually short on chickens lately. So
Oh, you're gonna.
Well, I got a deal for you, buddy.
yeah, I do. Yeah.
I got some eggs.
Okay.
We got a lot of eggs, so we'll send some eggs home with you. I know I sent them home with Jack and his roommates and
Yeah.
everything.
Got it.
Sent some over at the last home game. Brought like 5-6 dozen eggs. Dropped them off at the tailgate area, and just like, listen, we've got a lot of eggs
Yeah.
here. So
How many layers do you got, Troy?
we have 19. We got 19 hens, and they will produce anywhere from 14 to 16, 17 eggs a day. And one day, once they produced 19. So like every one of those hens paid their rent that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just, I mean, they do a great, I don't know how long that's going to last, but I guess, you can keep a hen for a
Light
long
on
time.
them.
Yeah.
Keep light on them, and they'll keep producing.
Yeah. So there you go. I'll get you some, don't leave here. We'll get you some eggs from the bunker for sure. So yeah, you actually, I met your dad, one day I ran into him, I guess at Quick Star.
Yep.
At Quick Trip. Quick Star in Iowa. Quick Star, yeah. Here. And so he was in there. He has a grocery cart, which I don't think I've ever used a grocery cart in a gas station.
Yeah.
But that's apparently where he gets his eggs and his milk for
Eggs, milk, and bananas.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
So he's like pushing this cart through, and it's got 5 or 6 gallons of milk in it,
Yeah.
and a bunch of eggs, and then he might have had some bananas too.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?" Listen, Woogie, I know you've got a lot of kids out there, but what is this going? And he said, "Oh, it's Grant. He's like eating me out of house and home. I got there's like a gallon of milk a day, and I got eggs out. He's eating raw eggs, and I don't even what's going." So he verified your statement is true.
Got it. Nope, not false. I did it.
Yeah.
Well, that was one of the stories of the coaches, even before fall camp started. And, when you guys came in, I'm like, geez, he's huge. And he's like, and Chop is like, he's been eating a half dozen raw eggs a day.
Yeah.
A day. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So great. I mean, but you didn't sit well with you.
Once you get them down, they're down. But it's kind of gross. But like sometimes, like you get to the third or the fourth yolk, and like sometimes because I don't mix up or anything, so I'll just crack them in the bowl and drink it. And sometimes it'll pop in your throat.
Oh,
and that's kind of alarming. It's kind of doesn't taste the best. But if you just get it down, then you're good.
What was the rationale between why did they have to be raw eggs? I mean, I know I've seen Rocky, but like
Yeah. So for me, it was just about getting as much in as possible. So if I drank stuff, I was able to. So I'd have the 6 eggs, and I'd also be able to have a lot of pancakes, a bowl of cereal, some toast, and avocado, like a lot of stuff. So I'd be able to consume more if I did just drink them rather than scrambled eggs.
Oh,
it filled my stomach up more if I didn't drink it raw. So,
okay,
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Did you know that? I mean, I've never.
I think I
haven't tried to put weight on. It's like the opposite.
Yeah. No, back in the day when I was in high school, we were trying to put weight on, and I think I probably drank raw eggs, but maybe 2 at a time.
Yeah.
Because I watched Rocky. Do you watch Rocky?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he did. I mean, and that's pure protein. It's one of the greatest that you can get in you. I mean, other than obviously, good old Iowa corn-fed beef.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woogie beef can't get better than that.
Yeah. I have like a commercial over here for Woogie beef. We're gonna have to send a
guys need
bill
to
to
have your
Lucas.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys need to, start a locker out there, and like you can just have your literally, farm to table.
Speaking of farm to table, though, I have heard also that talking to your folks, Lucas and Stephanie, they obviously are at all your games, and they're a lot of fun. They come out and they enjoy being in the tailgate area, watching the games, cheering you on. There, saw them again over at Morningside, obviously, and but they host. You guys have hosted teammates on the defense.
Yep. Yeah, so this spring for Easter, my mom told me if there's anybody that is not able to go home or aren't going home, that we'd love to have them over for Easter. So I think we had close to like 35 to 40 guys that came over for Easter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy
a lot. I can't remember like how many pounds of like ham Mom said that we went through. It was crazy. It was like, I think it was close to 30 pounds of ham that a lot of mashed potatoes, the whole works.
Oh, yeah.
It was apple pie and all that stuff. So, and then I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think it was a Tuesday or Wednesday. It was after a game. Coach Chop was mentioned that like we got to get together as a group and start to change something. So I had an idea that as linebackers, it'd be good to come over to my folks' place. And my mom loves feeding people. Mm-hmm. We feed at least minimum 10 people a day. So she's great at it. She loves feeding people. It's one of her great suits. And so had the linebackers over, and we had some good food. And yep,
that's fantastic. I mean, we've had the team out here, and and fed them burgers and whatnot. And of course, the Gridiron Club feeds after every home game and different things. And
now we got to do
all that stuff.
We've talked about
amazing,
it.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it to some other guests here, but like we got to do an Iowa meal for these dudes. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like we keep talking about Iowa chops, which is that's my favorite cut of meat. I love Iowa pork. Oh, just everything about it.
Yeah.
And especially an Iowa chop, a good Iowa chop, you just can't beat it.
Oh, yeah.
So is that like, what's your go-to? What's your favorite? I mean, you grew up on a farm, you grew up around, animals, you grew up around row crop farming, stuff like that. But what's your favorite?
T-bone.
T-bone.
Good old T-bone. Can't go wrong with that.
Anything bone in is better.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. I mean, like my wife, she likes America's chops. And so like I'll buy pork loin and cut them and it's not, nah.
No, I don't like butterflying chops and that stuff. I don't like thin pork chops. But then I was spoiled. I have cattle now, but when I was growing up, we had hogs. And so it was, we learned, my dad was a Winnebago County pork producer. It was such a cool time to grow up with lots of small farms and lots of small, pork producers. And so they all knew each other and they hung out together and they'd do stuff at the fairs and stand around and grill. And so they'd have these, the Iowa chop by far. It's just a thick cut, 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches.
2 inch.
And 2 inches is even better. And it just, you got to cook it slow, 30 inches over coals ideally. And there's a lot of butter involved. Yeah.
I ate supper, but now I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good pork chop will do that to you. But I love
T-bone. I mean, let's be honest. T-bone is that, a lot of people, they go for the ribeye, because
Ribeye's good too.
and it's great, but I'll tell you what, a good T-bone, I stopped after the game. I stayed in Spirit Lake, place over there. And so it's just easier for me. Cause I had to get my boat ready to bring back to Forest City and, I wasn't going to tow it in the dark because it's been sitting over there all summer. I don't know how good the tires and everything are. So, but still, stopped at the
and the lights
Hy-Vee.
never worked.
Well, the lights worked. But I stopped at Hy-Vee and I'm like, I wanted an Iowa chop and they had it they were out.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man. So, all right, they had some New York strip there, like a 12 ounce or something.
Sure.
Grab that. Well, the guys that used the grill before put a bunch of wood chips in there. And of course it's nice and fatty and the fat starts dripping down on the wood chips. And we had a big fire.
Yeah.
Big fire in the grill. Yeah.
That's not as much fun then.
Nope.
You got that on there. I am a ribeye guy. I love the ribeye for the flavor of the marbling and the thing. I'll take a T-bone too, but my choice would be the ribeye. I just think it's first of all, it's bigger than like a fillet and those are a strip and things like that. Actually, I think you get the strip out of the T-bone, to be honest with you. That's one side of the T, if I'm correct.
So Grant, is
You know anything about that, Grant?
I'm pretty sure you're correct.
Yeah.
My dad knows it all.
Yeah.
well, I'm sure he does. So is one of your favorite parts of eating a T-bone or an Iowa chop after you've kind of cut the meat around to get that bone and just gnaw on it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my favorite part.
Yeah. Ribeye is a close second for sure.
Yeah.
They're great. And going back to the pork, we Wooge pork as well. We raised pig. we raised pigs as well. So we had 4 loads yesterday and 2 loads came in today. Total of either 4,000 or 4,100 pigs came in. So
that's a lot of pigs. That's more
great.
pigs than I can count for sure. I think.
yeah,
Yeah, and you had goats too at one point.
sheep.
Oh, I thought
we had a single goat, just a random one, but we had
Oh.
sheep. Yeah, and actually in the hog site that we run, it's actually 4,000. That's short. It's short. We usually run 4,800 at that site.
Wow.
At that
2
facility.
buildings, yeah.
Yeah, 2 buildings, 2 rooms each barn. So
Yeah. Speaking of rooms, and we're talking about farming, which is fun. Another opportunity. Waldorf could start an ag major. How about that?
That would be
Right
awesome
in the
if
middle
they
of
would do that.
farmland. We should
Got
do an
to.
agriculture,
University
agribusiness.
of Iowa, yeah.
How about that? They would. You've got a special room for certain cows. That is, I think, there's like a refrigerator room or something like that.
Cooler.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How's that work?
So in the summer, so when we show cattle, you want their hair to be the full, look pretty. I don't know. It's my mom and dad thing. I'm not really huge into it.
Yeah.
But anyways, in the summer they start shedding their hair. Obviously because it gets hot and just nature. That's how it goes. At night you bring them in, you feed them a bucket of grain, and you put them in this cooler, and it could get down to like 0 degrees. I think we usually set it to like 30 something or whatever, and so that keeps their hair long and luscious or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know. Mom and Dad are huge into that. I'm not the biggest fan. It's okay, but yeah.
Yeah.
Just
But people like that. People will buy those. I mean, they're like magnificent show cattle, and like they'll buy them like far away, Texas and places like
big
that.
money.
Amazing. Yeah.
huge money. Yeah, there's the guys down in Texas, all the oil money, but I think one sold for like a steer like $150,000 just for a steer. You can't even breed something out of it. It's just ridiculous. But
Yeah. That is kind of crazy, isn't it? Like you just, I mean,
not even
that's
bull.
a very expensive hamburger. And truth be told, I mean, a lot of people don't know, but you don't know what the grade of the meat is going to be until after the kill. So and once it's hanging, and then you could be like, this is not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I guess we overspent.
But it looked good. It looked real good.
Pretty long hair.
Grant didn't think we were coming on here to talk about.
Well, but I mean, how do you not have, Lucas Wooge's son here and Stephanie and not talk about agriculture? I mean, that would be like having Elvis Presley in the studio and not talk about music.
Well, that's true. Yeah. You got a big family too. I mean, it's not just a lot of head of hogs and cattle. You've got sheep. It's like the whole family. How many siblings do you have?
I'm one of 8.
Yeah.
One of 8. There's 6 boys, 2 girls.
Yeah.
I'm the 3rd, so yeah.
You're the 3rd oldest, and so your brother Shad. I've met Shad. He's done some excavation stuff for us around here on our farm, and he just loves doing that. And then
he's great with it.
Yeah, he likes tearing stuff apart.
Got a bulldozer this summer too.
Yeah,
he's got the full works. Yeah.
And then your older sister, she goes to Iowa State, I think.
Correct. Yeah, Jaden. Yep.
Yeah,
she goes to Iowa State. I think.
Yeah,
she's a junior this year.
Yep. Good. And then everybody else is younger than you.
Yep.
The other 5. Do you have twin brothers?
No twins.
They just seem like it.
No twins, yeah. Yeah, no twins, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cuz I stopped by this summer, well, to talk to your brother Shad about doing some excavation stuff.
Yep.
And the 2 boys are like riding around on the gate or whatever you got there, like maniacs, starting fires. I know that there was like chores to like burn trash or whatever, but they were like, it looked kind of conspiratorial. Like they had their backs to us, they've got this running, 4-wheeler or whatever, and or side by side. And I'm talking to your folks, and it's just like, they're not worried about that. Your sister is packing up her truck and going to Iowa State. Like there's just stuff happening out there
all the time. There's never a day that's boring at all at the Wooge farm there. But yeah.
Can you imagine? I mean, and that's great that you got to grow up with a big family.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Absolutely. And we talked about your folks, throughout this episode, and they're solid gold human beings, and that's one of the things that makes Waldorf's program so good, is that we're bringing in those great people, and you are a reflection of your mom and dad. 100%. So I know both your folks. I've known them for a long time, and if I had to guess, I would say the person that kind of makes the ultimate decision and rules the roost is that your mom.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that'd be my mom.
You don't cross your mom.
Oh no,
absolutely not. Now your dad will hold his own.
Yeah,
but at the same time, if Stephanie says something's going to get done, it better get done.
Yeah. 100%. And most people that don't know her, she stands about yay tall, 4'6", 4'7", but you don't want to be on the wrong side of my mom, that's for sure. No. She packs a punch.
Yeah. She is a force of nature. She's a powerful woman for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you have to. I mean, 8 kids. I mean, that alone is an accomplishment that brings some. There's got to be some awards for that in modern society. That's awesome.
There should be.
I love it. That there's and you guys have and everybody learned how to work out there. Like nobody. There's no question that everybody knows that you guys all work hard and get after it. And you see that on the football field too, and that's a really good thing. The other thing that you see on the football field too is your character and your demeanor is very. You're very polite and you're very respectful. Obviously, you can be a maniac as a linebacker. You have to be, and that's the fun part.
Yep.
But I think you're also a pretty faithful person.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like a lot of that comes from like my mom and dad, the way we were raised. I'm very grateful for them. They've given me a lot of privileges, a lot of opportunities to learn and grow as a worker, as a human being, as a brother, a friend, anybody. They put a lot of good situations in my life. And then my grandma as well. She was a great person, and she led me to be a even better person than I could possibly imagine myself. I was kind of a stubborn kid growing up, so she led me to be a good person. And of course, with my faith, Jesus, I strive to be like him. I'm never going to be like him. He's lived a perfect life. But that is a huge factor. I want to be able to have a smile on my face and always help people. And so I'm hoping that they ask me why I do that is because my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, he lived a perfect life here, and he was crucified, he was murdered on the cross, and he died, and he rose 3 days later. So I want to do something for him as small. Living sacrifice is what it talks about in the Bible, and that's what I want to do. So yeah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Can't listen. It's 2 weeks in a row. I think we hit the jackpot here. Do you think, man? I hope it's the case. But for the last couple of months, I've been harping on. I'm like, gotta use a little more Jesus here, around here. And when you're like, it doesn't matter a lot in the teens, a season. And well, I guess, so it's been a while. And when that's the case, you're like, well, this would, a little more Jesus might come in handy here. I not that Jesus necessarily, cares about who wins a football game, but he does care about the character and the people that are on it, And so, it's good. 2 weeks in a row, Andy, we've
Yeah,
and it's a lot.
And I told you, we talked about last week that moment before our last home game when Jaden Moore, brought everybody together just for a prayer before we went out for battle, and that was a very poignant moment, because I've been in that locker room for 6 years now, and that was the first time that's happened very publicly, and I think that's one of the things that's missing from this program is that just the recognition of Jesus is Lord, and he's in control. We just need to trust. Yeah. And good things happen when you set your mind toward the cross. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, for sure. You're going to see, I like to hear that. I like to hear like Jaden's story last week, and Grant, and of course lots of other guys on the team too. I like that because it's something that really speaks where the program is going. I think that's to me the like you guys could be. You're going to win some football games, and I think you're going to win more and more as your career goes on. Just a freshman now, and as that continues to develop. But I think it's going to be interesting. I'm gonna make a prediction right now. Like I'd say, the more invested that this program gets in God and the team gets pulled together, the better the retention is, the better the recruiting, the better the better the area Midwestern recruiting goes to. Then the families come in and they see the values in that, and then all of a sudden your program is from the bottom of the barrel where we are right now into a lot higher up in the heap, and that is something that is God led, and you see that in other programs that have had success, and they make no bones about it. So we should be no different. That's my prediction.
Yeah, and on Saturday, and that's probably not something that I don't even know if there are fans there, and I know that you were part of this, Grant. Before the game, the defense met out in the middle of the field. I know there was a lot of people from Morningside watching, like, why is the Waldorf guy standing on our logo? But Aiden Davison just, I mean,
great guy.
he was talking about David and Goliath, and he quoted scripture, and he was just talking about that story and how it relates to what we needed to do on that field on that day. And so it's there, and it's becoming more and more part of who we are. And that's what I'm seeing from just a fly on the wall that just tries to stay out of everybody's way as much as I can.
Help me out with that quote if you can, because Jack mentioned that to me. He comes home on Sunday night. We have dinner. And he said, I heard a cool quote this weekend, and it said it was Aiden Davison, and it was about Goliath. And I was like, that is a cool quote, and I already forgot it. Do you remember what he said?
Not exactly, but he was talking about how, like right now that we're in the position as David, and Morningside was Goliath, of course.
Yeah.
So everybody around us, like they're gonna think that it's gonna be a no-brainer that Goliath is gonna win. But if we pick up our stone, we pick up that rock, and we do our duty and we do our job, we can get it done.
Yeah, Andy, do you recall
I don't remember exactly.
Dang it, because it was good. It was much shorter than that.
No, it was good. No,
But here's
really
the thing: is like as it's going on, Aiden is a great dude, and just the passion that he had for his brothers that he's going to go to battle with,
100%.
and it was just, again, it was all built on David and Goliath, and you're going to pick up that stone, and until you pick up that stone and put it in that sling and strike that giant on his forehead, that's what we're here to do, be the stone.
Yeah, there's you did the defense. Aiden is defense, right? Yes. And I mean, you're talking about your defenders. You're talking about the guys coming out for Easter. You're talking about your linebacker group going out to the Wooge farm. All of those things. And the defense is technically tied with the offense right now as far as scoring goes. And so, I'm not going to mention the number, because it would sound cool if we were, 6-0 or if we were, where we are. But technically the defense is tied this season with the offense in scoring because we have 2 field goals and a point after. So, and if you don't count those as offense or whatever,
yeah, and I had
so maybe listen, offense, you're gonna have to Jesus up a little bit here. Something's going on because the defense is bringing it,
and they're there. Our guys are there. I had the opportunity to talk to Connor Parker, and Connor got thrust into a position that I don't think he necessarily wanted or was ready for. But it's like we started the season with 4 specialists, and we have a specialist now, and that's Connor Parker.
Yeah,
yep. We were because Parker Moritz getting hurt. He was the backup long snapper because Gerardo Caldera Hernandez, has an arm injury. I can't even remember who was long snapping halfway through the game.
I think it might have been Joe, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was. And so it's like, and Connor was rattled by some of the long snaps when he had to punt. And he's not a punter, but he's doing the best that he can. He averaged like 35 yards, which was good.
Yeah.
And today I walked out to practice and I said, so how'd you feel on Saturday on the way home? He's like, because he missed 2 field goals and a PAT.
Yeah.
And that for somebody that's your job and you weren't successful. I said, so what are you going to do about it? Well, I'm going to practice harder and I said, no, what you're going to do is you're going to forget about it.
Yeah, forget about that.
There's nothing you can do about it. The things that we do in the past have to stay there.
Yeah, because
we're going to move forward and just do.
I mean, he was previous conference. He was all conference. Special teams player of the week many times. He had. So it's not like we know he can do it.
He's got a lot on his plate right now.
He does, and he just got a recognize. I think he got some kind of academic award too, just recently. Too.
Yeah, that was Phi Beta Kappa or something like that. Yeah.
So
he's smart.
Yeah,
he's a great
not
dude.
a dig on our kicker whatsoever.
Absolutely not. And it's like I love Connor to death, but it's like I kind of hang around on the sidelines with a specialist when everybody's out on the field, and I have a lot of opportunity to talk to G and to Connor, and it's like he was at the beginning of the season, he was over kicking anything over 40 yards. He was over kicking.
Yeah,
he can kick a 30-yard field goal 55 yards, and then he gets to a 40-yard field goal and he can't kick it 30.
Yeah.
I said, "You ever play golf?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I love to golf." I said, "What's the biggest enemy of a golfer?" He was like, "I don't know, your brain? I said, because you overthink and you overswing. Just get out there and kick the ball.
Yeah.
You don't have to kill it.
Well, maybe you become the new special teams coach.
Sure. No, that's Coach Chapa. He's
I was
got
gonna
all
say,
that.
that's Sean.
That's not me.
Yeah.
But it's just like I'm trying to make sure he's in the right headspace. That's all I'm trying to do. And again, I love Connor Parker. He's a great kid.
Yep.
And he takes it. Again, he takes it very personally.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I have to. I'm gonna jump to a different subject before we continue on, because Andy, we did get. So one of the things that we do is we say text the show if we don't know something. Last week we were talking about movies. I'm sorry, and we were trying to figure
football
out
movies, Grant.
Yeah, football movies. And Andy, you posed the question: which was the movie that we said we put the women and children to bed and let's go hunting? And we got a response from Mason City. Thanks, Mason City, from our fan mail. It says, we put the women and children to bed and to go hunting for dinner in the program. That is the program.
All right.
That's the program. And then they comment after that, GIC does not endorse steroid use like in that movie. And that may not be from Mason City. It might be a Mason City registered phone number.
Sure, absolutely.
Appreciate you texting the show, folks, and continue to do that and add your commentary. It's kind of fun. Yeah.
Well, Friday night, I stayed at our cabin Friday night because it's an easier trip to Sioux City. It's just 2 hours from there rather than the 3 hours and 40 minutes from Forest City that these guys had to take.
Yep.
Blue Mountain State. I mean, sat down, watched that old football movie, and about a jerk of a coach that didn't really care about his players. He cared about his record and how everybody rose above it. And I love watching football movies. So Grant, your football movie. What are some of the best football movies out there?
Oh, I like Remember the Titans.
Yes.
That's a good one. Mm-hmm. What else? I think there's it's not as well known. I think it was called 33. It's about a kid that goes blind. He's a running back that goes blind and he doesn't.
I remember that. Yeah.
I don't know if it's 33, but he goes blind. And he has to play, I think, center the rest of the game, and then the last play of the season to make or break it if they win the game or not. They put him at running back, and it's 33 power or something like that.
Nice.
And he runs it blind and scores a touchdown. That one was really good.
Yeah, as I looked through, some of the football movies, there's some great ones out there.
There's a lot,
and we missed a lot because we talked about it later, like Rudy. I mean, and I'm not a huge fan of that movie. I got to be honest. I mean, Rudy Rudiger, it's just the clap at the end of the game when Rudy finally gets out there and makes the tackle. I mean, come on.
People have said that that's not such an awesome story in real life as it was in the movie, but that's how most movies are. I did a whole podcast on my other show about this.
On Rudy?
No, about movies retelling history in a fictional way. Yeah. Don't worry about that.
No, and there's great football movies out there, but Grant, are you you said that your family watches movies. What's your go-to? What kind of movies do you like to watch, or what are some of your favorites?
I like comedy movies.
There you go.
Adam Sandler.
All right.
He's a great guy. Yeah, Will Ferrell.
Did you see the new Happy Gilmore?
No, I haven't actually. My whole family watched it, and I was gone. I can't remember what I was doing, but everybody else sat down and watched it as a whole family, and I was gone. But
it was actually really good. They did a good job. I watched it, and my family's watched it too. We watched it at different times. Yep. I thought I was watching it on the sneak, and they'd already watched it on the sneak, so I didn't even realize it. But I thought they did a great job. They threw back. They did, you know what I mean, Andy? They they got all the right throwbacks in there. It was a feel good movie. It was a little surprising.
Couldn't bring Bob Barker back.
Couldn't bring him back. No, couldn't believe they killed off the wife. That was sorry, I didn't mean that. Sorry about that.
No,
you haven't. No, not that wife.
We're just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, Bob Barker's wife.
Yeah, Bob Barker's wife. Yeah. My goodness. Oh man, I blew it. Totally blew it. Well, let's talk a little bit about this coming game here. We've got homecoming and at Waldorf, and so it's always fun to see the classes of the decades past come around again, and I realized this is actually my 30th anniversary, my 30th class reunion. 95 is the first time I went to Waldorf and graduated, and so I don't know who's coming. I have nothing. I have no communication like Waldorf, like nobody. So I don't know if anybody's coming back from our class or anything like that. I don't have any apparently no connections with the alumni board or whatever, but I'll be busy anyway in the box. So so it'll be interesting if I recognize some people if they are present. But it's always fun to see that happen, and we're going to be playing the Defenders of Dort. They're 4-0. They had 2 games, and then they had a bye before they played Northwestern. They beat Northwestern. They beat everybody. They're 4-0. Dakota Wesleyan was 66-7. Doane they beat 41-0. Northwestern was ranked number 14 at the time, 21-20. That was very close, in that situation. And then they just last weekend they went out to Briarcliff. No, I think Briarcliff came. It doesn't matter. No, they went. Yeah, Briarcliff came to Dort at Sioux Center, and they shut them out 51-0. So Dort is on the track for. They want to make it to the playoffs as well.
I mean, Dort is the number 1 defense in the nation.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Oh, yeah.
They're called the Defenders. So if you suck at defense and your name's the Defenders, you might want to rebrand.
That's right. Be the offenders.
Yeah.
The offenders.
Yeah, the Dort offenders. No.
There's so many opportunities to wreck that. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, Dort's going to be something. You talk about 30 years. It's been 35 since I graduated.
Oh, maybe we'll.
I've already got, classmates hitting me up in the last couple of weeks like, hey, we're going to be in town Friday. Are you going to come out with us?
Yeah.
No. I love you guys and I'll come see you, but I'm not going to go hang out because I have to be up early because it's a 1:00 game.
Yeah.
I got to get that field cleaned up.
That's right.
Best I can.
I haven't gotten any of those messages. So apparently either we're not doing anything or nobody wants me to know what they're doing. So that could very well be, I don't know.
One classmate from California and another one from Texas, they're coming up. We still have a close group. So yeah, I'll try to see him. I really hope, and Jim and Lori, I hope you're watching this or hope you're listening to it. Go to the tailgate, get to the tailgate, be there for the Warrior Walk. I mean, that's a huge deal. Yep. You can hang around the tailgate, get to know everybody, be obnoxious, and you can hang out with the Wooge family.
Oh yeah,
because they're going to be there.
Oh yeah,
in force.
Yep.
And then hang around for after the game, and I'll come over and maybe have an adult beverage with you.
I think that there's a lot of, they're a good team. I heard somebody, my son Jack told me after the game in Morningside, we had said, first of the season we played Northwestern and Northwestern this and Northwestern that. And we've throughout our podcast, we said, you kind of hold that Northwestern up to a standard. And Jack says Northwestern is not the king of the mountain in the GPAC by any means. No, and they're not the same program that they were last year.
They lost to Hastings.
They're not. Yeah. So you're looking in the wrong direction. And he's, like Morningside, Dort, Concordia, like these people are in the hunt and they're after it. Waldorf, we're not in the hunt. We're not in the hunt, but we will be. And so it's fun to recognize though that it wasn't, it's a cool thing about the GPAC that every year it could be somebody different. There's 6 teams that are rated and 2 getting votes out of 10.
Yeah.
So we're not getting rated our votes, but you know what I mean? That's amazing.
Yeah. There's a lot of good teams in the GPAC, and I think that Northwestern, I don't think they are what everybody thought they were going to be this year. Like you said, lost to Hastings, lost to Dort. They're still a great team, great program, but I think that they're not as good as what people anticipated.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we can model ourselves after Northwestern and Morningside and these other successful programs for sure. Briarcliff's doing good things. They've got the new stadium. They've got, they've changed things. They've got votes for being rated. They've got all kinds of things. So all of these programs they're all in the mix, and so it's exciting because we're going to be in the mix too. And that's the thing that, we talked about last week. I got faith that that's going to happen. You just, when we'll get there, and I actually just re-listened to that podcast and, Jaden Moore, he was just like, well, Coach Clary is, we're not a what did he say? We're not like a results oriented. We're performance or whatever. Like, are we getting better? Are we doing what we're supposed to do correct? Is that something that did you hear that in high school from Clary? And is it the same message here at Waldorf, or has it advanced or a little bit?
I think, I heard it in high school, but I think it's grown a lot. We're not focused on like what the final score is, but like each rep matters, and not just, even if we have a good play, like you look back, Clary said, I think either Sunday or yesterday, but I don't think we've had a single rep where everybody's doing 100% like their job. That's an issue. That's a problem. If everybody does their job every single time, the score is going to change itself. So we got to focus on like the little things, getting the right read, getting the right call out, just all that stuff. So everybody's got to do their job, and like you said, the results are going to happen on its own if you're focused on all the little stuff. So
I heard him on in the stands, and you're a little closer than that on game day on Morningside out in Sioux City, and he was saying, play the game.
Yep.
Play your game.
Oh yeah.
What does that mean?
He was talking about like, do your job, like do what you are, like everybody has their strong suit. Don't worry about any of the outside stuff. Play football, play your game, do what you're good at. We all have our strong suits. And so he wanted all of us to do what we're good at, play the game. Don't let any like outside come into effect, homecoming, all that. Like I said, the big loud horn, don't let any of that affect any of it. Just do your job, play your game. I think that's what he was talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's one of the things that, I think that sometimes at this level, there's a lot. I mean, it's not just, we're going to run 43 base with cover 3. That's not a call. No. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. And I think sometimes, and you hear it in the questions that, even some of our seniors are asking, like, was I supposed to do this, or what am I supposed to do in that situation? Which is good. It purifies the process. But sometimes you got to just play football, because it's like that offense on the other side of the ball from you, Grant, they're trying to do things to confuse you. But at the end of the day, just like find ball, get ball.
Exactly. Yeah.
That sometimes it all breaks down, and, just kind of like what happens on offense, Sometimes the play blows up, and you guys just got to go out there and it's time to put the women and children to bed and let's go hunting.
Yeah.
The program.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for the insight on that. Mason City phone number. Okay, so let's talk about it a little bit here. What do we know? I mean, obviously you're into the film on Dort and the defenders, and you're not going to be facing the number one defense. You're going to be facing their offense. What do you know about their offense, and what are you looking for?
Like I said, we talk about how they're number one defense, but they put up so many points in their offense. They're a great offense, triple option. Not even going to point out a single running back, because they got like 4-6 guys that run the ball, and their QB that runs the ball, he's a great guy. I think number 6 is their number one receiver. But all around, they're pretty stacked at the running back position. Play quick, fast ball. And so we just got to be really, really disciplined. Like you're talking about, we just got to do our job. Like everybody, we're working a lot on that pitch man, the dive man. Everybody's got to do their job. And we can't play both. You can't have a guy trying to play the pitch man and the QB at the same time. So if everybody does their job, I think we're going to do good. But we got to be very disciplined this week. So yeah.
I don't think, Andy, we talked about it was a year ago in the summer, but Dort's program is only like 20 years old. I don't think it's very old.
You don't have to go too far back.
No.
To see Dort wasn't very good at all.
Yeah.
So they were kind of where we are now, struggling to win football games, and it's about stay with the program, believe in what we're doing, and the wins are going to come. And let's be honest, November 15th is when Morningside and Dort go head to head. And I'm not sure where that's at. But again, like Northwestern, it was always Northwestern.
It's at Morningside. They got to go to Sioux City.
You had Northwestern and Morningside, and Concordia and Dort were trying to make their way. Concordia last year was 8-2, and they didn't make the playoffs. Yeah. So that talks about the quality of the GPAC. But then it's like Northwestern is having a tough year But they lost to Hastings, and we were talking beforehand that there was an article out there that said the weather beats Northwestern because they had a field goal to try to win the game. It was, it was 10-9, and then it drifted outside of the uprights. And it's like, if I'm Hastings, I'm like, well, wait a minute, we're the ones that scored 10 points. I thought we beat Northwestern.
Yeah.
So. And again, there's even Northwestern fans that said, that didn't have anything to do with the weather.
Well, I mean, look, Dort's going to have their you're right. Hastings did beat Northwestern. I'm not.
They're seventh in the GPAC right now.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if Hastings is going to do that. Even Midland was pretty stout against us. Mount Marty showed some pretty awesome things. Yeah. They're going to go there. They have us this weekend for homecoming and at Bullstorf Field. Then they go out to Mount Marty. Then they go to Midland. Then they go to Hastings. And then
another great program.
They got to face Concordia.
Another great program.
And then they got to face Morningside.
They've got a tough road.
So Dort could. I mean, they could go, depending on how Concordia and Morningside, carry on. Like they could go 8-2 this year, and not make the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's tough to take. The fact that we've got 4 teams in the top 25. Yeah. We've got teams receiving votes. I haven't looked at the NAI standings, but I mean, they're right up there. Let's be honest.
What do you think, Grant? How do you think this year's gonna? Let's assume we're not, for whatever reason, at this point in the mix for the playoffs.
Yep.
So what about who do you think is going to end up heading that direction?
I've got no idea, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think Morningside. I think they're probably on the top.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really pay.
Yeah, it is kind of.
Much to
if
it.
we say Morningside's number 1, then it's Concordia, Mate Dort. I mean, could be.
There's a lot to play out.
Yeah, there's a lot. So we still have, like you said, 6. I mean, they have 6 games left. We don't have.
We have 4.
Yeah,
because we have 2 bye weeks. And so we only have one more travel game where we go out to Mitchell, South Dakota on the last game of the month, the last Saturday of October.
Yeah, October.
And so we have the home game coming up Saturday, and then we've got a bye week, and then we have a travel game, and then our last 2. Then we have another bye week.
Yep.
And two games at home.
Yeah.
Against Doane and Briarcliff. Now, obviously, Briarcliff is on the rise, and Doane is still struggling here and there, but we've seen that those programs they're going to bring it. They're GPAC football teams.
Yeah.
There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
What's your favorite thing about playing linebacker at university level?
Get to hit people. That's what I did in high school. Is like you're talking about C-ball, tackle ball. That's all I did in high school. But I like how I've grown as the mic. I call all the plays. I feel like I got a big responsibility, and I like that. I like the challenge with that. I like being able to help my team out in that way, and be able to slow it down and get my read in and make good plays. Yeah, hit people, attack people. That's my job. That's my thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. What are you studying though at Waldorf right now?
Business. Yep.
Business. Yeah.
Yep.
And then
Eric. Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense though. I mean, business is going to come in handy. And then after are you going? You think farming? You're going to go get that pilot's license in the meantime?
Yeah, my plan is to fly after whenever God calls me to that. Continue flying. If not, I'm kind of open to, if I come back and farm, I'm okay with that. But I probably, right now, I'm sitting on flying.
I mean, you get it, right, Andy? We talked about Rocky and eating a bunch of eggs, raw eggs, and it's like the theme song is you could be doing that, Grant. You could be we could see you make a video of you pouring in a dozen raw eggs for some reason into a glass. That's really gross, but you do that, and then you just get in your plane and fly away. And at the same time, it's the Rocky song, "Gonna Fly Now."
Oh yeah,
that's what it is.
It is.
Gonna fly. Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll work on that video. We'll see if we can do some.
Let's try to do that.
Yeah.
So Grant, what do you like? Okay, obviously you're busy when you're at home. You're busy in school with football and everything else. What do you do? What do you like to do when you're just letting your hair down and get to just have nothing but Grant time?
I like to. I was gonna say I like to read, but I don't actually like to read books itself. But in the Bible, I like doing that. Being able to get into scripture. Worship. I love singing. But I like watching TV. I like watching shows. I've been on Psych. I don't know if you guys ever seen that show. Psych.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
It's really good. You should watch it. I've been watching that recently. But then being outdoors, of course, I like hunting, fishing, all that sorts. Riding dirt bikes. I don't do it as much now because I'm playing football, but I think you've stopped by and you've seen part of it at least. I don't know if they were working on it by then, but yeah, like I said, my brother Shad, he's got an excavator, he's got a bulldozer. He's built a pretty gnarly dirt bike track for my little brother, so it's wicked. It's actually crazy. He's 13 years old, and I think like one of his jumps are like 60, 65 feet.
Whoa!
And he's clearing it like with ease, and he could go way farther than that. And it's and then he lands it, and he'll sometimes like ride it out like in a wheelie. And I'm like, how's this fair? He's 13 years old. Yeah.
Stephanie and Lucas are cool with this?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm a girl dad. You know, I've got 2 girls. And I know, Troy, you had 4 boys and you're used to the stuff like that. But man, I would.
Well, that's a different level, though, Andy. I mean,
I like to say I'm a good dirt bike rider, but no, I seen the jump and I'm like, there's not even like a little temptation of me wants to go hit that jump. It's crazy scary, and he does it just effortlessly.
Yeah,
it's just awesome with it. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, it's been good. It's been over an hour. We've had this time has flown by. Yeah,
I haven't been looking at my watch.
No, I just keep a little timer on the sound system.
One of the things we always like to do, Grant, is we like to let our guests have the final word. You know, so whether you want to say something to the family, the fans, you just have a message for the folks that are going to watch this and listen to it. So we want to make sure that you have the opportunity to have that final word. So what comes to mind?
Get the floor. Well, first off, I want to say thank you to you guys for everything you do for Waldorf, the Gridiron. It's awesome. Really appreciate it. With all the help, it's been awesome to see. Like, for me growing up, Waldorf was kind of like never really went to any of the games, never really thought it was just something in town. Like, I lived in the country, so the only time I really paid attention, like on the way to school, I'd like see the building and stuff. So it was, but like being a part of it, like the community is great, like the people are great, and I love it a lot. So like having people like you guys make it awesome, and then like other supporters, like all the fans, people's parents, like my mom and dad, they've been awesome supporting me. They've been to every single game, so I appreciate that a lot. It means a lot. They've been out all the way to like the Dakotas, Nebraska. Like it's been pretty crazy how they've been able to do, because they have a really busy schedule, farming and stuff. My dad does, and mom. So I appreciate that. And to all the guys on my football team, all my brothers, I appreciate all of them. I wouldn't be where I'm at right now without them. And then mainly and most importantly, like I said earlier, just my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I wouldn't be the person I am today without him. So anybody that's listening, if you don't know Jesus, look into it and read the Bible. And he's coming back one day, so we got to repent and live our life for him. So yeah.
There you go.
Amen.
I mean, that's fantastic there. We've come a long way in 4 seasons.
Yes, we have.
Yeah,
I mean, we've gone from not knowing what we're doing to continue to bring in these quality individuals week after week. People like Grant Wooge and all the other dudes that have been sitting in the bunker here talking to us. So Grant, we really appreciate everything that you're doing for the university and the young man that you are. So I know that your folks are proud of you, and they have every reason to be.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem. All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast. We want to thank the Wooge for coming out and spending some time with us, and you folks for watching and or listening on YouTube or on any of your streaming platforms. So thanks so much for giving us a listen. Well, that's going to do it. For Troy Thompson, this is Andy Buffington, and forever and always, go Warriors.
You can join the Waldorf Gridiron Club and be part of the best small college football experience in America. Just visit our website and pick your membership level at waldorfgridironclub.org. You can also click on the Support the Show link in the show notes to donate.